What's up, buddy? Welcome.
Oh, we're starting?
We're starting.
Oh, all right
We're
then.
on.
Oh, we're on.
Welcome to this episode of Tony. I don't even know what we're gonna call it because I have like, if you haven't noticed, I changed my name on Instagram, and it's
Yeah.
Tony Does It
Oh, yeah, that's right.
because I just do it, dude.
You do it. Like on that marathon, you marathons you do, I don't know how the fuck you do it, but
Bro,
speak
I
English.
look. I don't know. I don't know how I did it or why I did it, but I did it, and I was just like, when you're there, did you see the whole video or no?
No, I didn't see the video.
You didn't watch me cry?
You cried?
A lot of people didn't see that because it was like towards the end.
Oh, no, I didn't
It's
see
hard,
that.
dude. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life.
I bet, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're in it and you're running and you think, it's gonna be all right. It's no big deal. Da, da, da.
Mm-hmm.
Mile 15 hits out of 26.2. Can't forget the point two. And you're just like, bro, what am I doing? Like in the video when I said I didn't even train for this, I was at mile 15 ish, and I was like, dude, what was I thinking, bro? I should have ran more. But it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about me today. We're here to talk about you. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people that don't know who you are.
So, I'm Miguel Alejandre, Los Baños resident, running for Merced County District 5 Supervisor. I'm born and raised in Fireball. I'm 31 years old. I'm a father of 3 beautiful children, husband of a beautiful wife, believer in God, and I'm running for change, for transparency, for the people, for accountability, for all of us, not just part of us.
I love that. That's a great slogan, dude. So what does a supervisor actually do? Like a district supervisor, what's their actual job? And I'm just saying because I don't. I mean, it's funny because like you're young and like you don't really care about who's voting for who, and when it's election season, when you're 18 years old, you don't care, dude. At
Yeah,
least I didn't. When you start having a family, you get older, you start your own businesses. It's like things got to change. It's like, bro, it's been the same since
yeah,
15 years ago, right?
yeah.
So what is a supervisor's job? Like, what do they actually do?
So what the District 5 supervisor does, or I mean, Merced County, any county supervisor, I would say pretty much, we oversee the department heads, whether it's public health, sheriff's department, the first responders, like what's it called, the
Ambulances?
ambulances, the roads, county roads. That's a big one that people see. The groundwater rights, so how much people pump water out of the ground itself, stuff like that. And what we design land usage for, what we appropriate it for,
Okay.
whether for ag, whether for commercial, whether for industrial, stuff like that. We also work hand in hand with the cities on what we collaborate with, what helps bring in more county dollars. We advocate to the federal and state on grants and bringing in money. Like for example, Dos Palos got their water plant, and that's a big step because Los Palos needed water. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure the county and city work together to work with the state and federal to get that grant money to get their whole plant started, which is a lot of money. So stuff like that.
so you're basically a representative of the people that live in your district,
Yes,
just
correct.
for layman's terms.
Correct.
And I say that because it's like one thing I've always wondered is like how do cities get grants? How do they get money? Like how do our tax dollars that we get taxed on our check? How does it get back into our community and things like that? So
Yeah.
so I guess that's how it works. You gotta go ask for it.
You gotta ask for it, and it benefits a lot when you know people. That's why from what I learned from my business, networking is everything. Knowing how to talk to people, knowing how to get around with people, and one thing I do pride myself with is like I love talking to strangers. I enjoy getting out there and getting to know people. I see
Same.
opportunities, and I try to jump on them. The red card theory. If you haven't looked up the red card theory, look it up.
Red car?
Red card theory.
Okay, let's hear it. I never heard that.
Oh, it's just about. So if I were to ask you how many red cars you see on the way here, you tell me. I think I told you this last time, but I'm not sure. How many red cars did you see? And you tell me like, well, I'm not sure. But when you go on drive back home, I challenge you how much red cars you see. You'd probably be able to tell.
Right.
So that's how you take opportunities in life. You don't look for them. You're not looking for them always, but if you start looking for them, you're gonna find much more of them. and that's what I try to live life by.
It's like when you're looking to buy a new car. You're like, I really like this Volkswagen
Yeah,
Beetle, and then
yeah,
all you see is Volkswagen
yeah,
Beetles. You
exactly.
start punching your sister real quick. You know what I mean?
I forgot about that. But exactly, man, that's the same way I see opportunities. And if people start seeing life like that in that way, they'll realize how much more doors can open.
Okay. And what towns are in your district?
So there's incorporated and in unincorporated areas. So incorporated would be for District 5, Dos Palos and Los Baños. Unincorporated would be Dos Palos, South Dos Palos, Midway and Y, and Volta.
Okay.
Before, it used to be San Anel as well, but then that changed and that district lines changed. So now it's, I believe it's District 1. I believe it's District 1. But yeah. So those are the towns that I would oversee.
Okay. And what's one of the major things that's affecting? We'll start with one of the smaller towns. Would it be Volta or South Dos Palos?
What are them? Yeah, I would say, I mean, either or, both in similar shape. I would say, I guess.
Similar size too, right?
Yeah, in a sense. What was the question again?
I forgot, dude. No, that's what's one of the things affecting the smaller towns, smaller communities?
They're being ignored. I think that's the biggest thing. They're being ignored. They have been ignored for decades. If you drive down South Los Palos, like it'll I comment people like my mom's rancho in Guadalajara. And I feel like they have better roads and street lights and sidewalks than they do over there.
I pass through South DP every now and then.
Yeah, like you
And
know
it's like,
Jihad.
yeah,
Yeah, so Jihad, I go visit him over there, and it's like his guy. He does well with his gas station. He upkeeps it, but you see everything surrounding.
that's the one right there next to the. I'm not sure if it's still there or not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Next to the mail.
Yeah,
The post office, and South DP.
Yeah, but I believe it is. Yeah, and it's called JNS.
Okay.
It's right across where the train used to go by.
Right.
So yeah, he keeps this place good, but the rest of it just looks like it's abandoned, forgotten. The roads look torn and tattered. The sidewalks are non-existent. Is there street lighting? No. How often does the sheriff pass by there to even check it? Because it's county, not city.
Right.
That's why there's high crime in that area, because no one's over there checking it out. Or, of course, what happens more in the dark. That's where I guess, more of the bad dealings happen.
Yeah.
And
That's why I sleep with a nightlight, because the cucuy comes out at night, bro.
yeah, exactly. So the county needs to invest in a nightlight for my boy Tony.
You know.
But yeah, I mean,
Preferably the SpongeBob one right there on the side, you know.
yeah. So pretty much that's what I feel is a big issue with those areas, the unincorporated areas like South Dos Palos, the Y, Midway, Volta. Just it's like they're forgotten towns.
What are some of the projects that are being, I don't want to say brought, or some of the projects that are being talked about in your district?
For sure, there's a couple. The solar project where a bunch of solar panels are going to be bought into, I guess, foul land that's not being able to use for agriculture anymore. As well as the best project, which is a battery storage project where it's like energy is stored. Another one would be the San Luis Reservoir project, along with, I believe it, don't quote me on it, I think it's called the D-Dam. If you take Canyon Road toward NLB, like you're on Ortigalita, you take Sunset or Pioneer, and then take Canyon Road up there. They're also expanding that, I believe, for more water storage.
Is that the one? No, I'm off. I was thinking the one that's like in Patterson area.
No,
But that's not. That's completely different.
Yeah,
from
that'd be
yours.
completely different. It's a whole different
yeah.
county. So, yeah, I know those projects are big projects that are going on that got approved, that are happening.
Oh, so the solar one and the battery storage, that's actually happening?
Yeah, it got approved and it's
okay.
happening. I'm a little misinformed in it because I saw confusion I was gonna drive to the Billy Wright field where you can dump all your trash at. I saw a different name for the
You mean
best project.
You mean you not the almond orchard that's like closest to your house? You just go around the corner and everybody just dumps their stuff right there at the almond orchard.
That's another issue.
There's a legit place where you can dump your
Yeah,
trash.
there's a legit place.
I did not know that, dude. I'll have to tell these people.
So please go dump your trash at Billy Wright Field. It is very cheap compared to what you pay in the Bay Area. I could go off on a story about that, but anyways.
So they're expanding it, or they're making it more accessible to, you said Billy Wright?
No, they're not expanding that area. No, what I'm saying is the best project. They had a different name for it. According to what it was approved, the name I saw, according to what I saw on that billboard, it's like, okay, are they approving a different battery storage project, or is it the same one? So that's one thing I probably need to touch up on just to make sure. But a lot of residents were against it, especially the best project, the battery project and the solar project. They were against it because how does it benefit us besides putting us in danger if there's an explosion with the batteries?
Right. And for those of you guys don't know, lithium batteries are very hard to put out, and most of the time they don't put them out. They just let them burn until they stop burning, just like magnesium, because all of the rare earth minerals that are actually inside the batteries is what burn. They create that crazy combustion, and they burn really hot, and they do not stop burning.
Yeah,
I used to work at Tesla, so I've seen one
so
or two.
he has the expertise in that.
I've seen one or two batteries burn.
Yeah, so our firefighters cannot do anything. They cannot put water over it, nothing. It's gonna burn.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. I think there's like a special foam that they can throw on, but then again, it's like, I think you have to have one truck specifically for that.
Yeah.
And if you have a huge plant, acreage of field, I mean, that little truck's not gonna put up enough foam for all that, you know. But then again, I'm not a firefighter, so I don't know.
Yeah, like an example that we didn't talk about when the whole what was it called, behind me in Kagome. There was a spill of
oil, lithium?
No, it was brain fart right now.
Where was it? I might remember.
In Kagome, it happened a couple weeks ago, and a lot of the residents were concerned and upset.
It was that tanker, no?
No, not a tanker. It was something in Kagome itself that
No, I think the tanker.
if the residents or people see this, they're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
They're gonna be yelling at you right now.
And they're gonna be yelling because I know exactly what it's about, because I want to go to the Merced County Board of Supervisors meeting the next day to be like, all right, then what happened to the notifying the people?
I saw it, but I don't remember either.
I can't remember the name on the top of my head right now.
I saw it. They were because I'm on the like I Heart Merced, Let's Talk Merced. Like I'm on all those Facebook groups, and then somebody had put it up on there.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, but I forgot to.
It happened. It's bad if it's in the air. It can literally poison people. It could kill people if substantial amount gets to you. But it was bad, especially because the senior home housing is right next to it, and then my family is right next to it as well. So it made me upset. And according to the fire department, they had put a statement out saying that there's only a certain amount of people trained to handle stuff, hazmat, to train something like that. That's what it was. It's like, all right, then if we have this, are we going to have enough people trained for something like this? Like, are we going to have to spend more city dollars on something we don't even want for people to be trained on this? We're already struggling with how many firefighters we have. We're already struggling with keeping fire departments open for the county. Like, are we going to have to bring in more now that we're struggling even to afford? I could go on and on and on and on, but yeah.
And that would be the con.
Yeah, that'd be a con of.
What's the pro?
The battery storage?
Yeah, the battery storage and the solar farm, right? Are they going hand in hand, or is it like...
They would go hand in hand in the sense that, we can finally store batteries, so we're not having to pay other states to take the excess energy. That's where it's like, it creates jobs, I guess, in the beginning. Whoever builds it hires people. They need people for this project. Afterwards, though, who's taking that energy? Are we taking that energy, or is it being sold off elsewhere? And who's benefiting from it more than... Because I don't see the residents benefiting from that solar project or the battery project unless that energy is coming directly to us, for us.
Right, because energy prices are up, I think 40% in the past 6 years, something like that.
It's insane. Finally, we've seen some decreases, like 5% decreases, but still excessively, 25 cents to 30 cents a kilowatt compared to what they purchased it for, which is a lot less.
And I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't know. It's like for example, my parents have solar, and if they don't use the solar, it gets sold to like their neighbor or whatever, right? But my parents on their solar, they buy it for like 17 cents
Yeah.
But if they were to sell it to their neighbor, they would sell it to their neighbor for like 3 cents, but the solar company would sell it to them for like 23 cents. So it's just like, bro, like it's on my roof, man. That's my money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's unfair. I can go off and on about solar and how, I mean, it should be benefiting the residents that have it on their property or on their land, the county land, city land, or whatever it is, instead of it going out to benefit the companies who own it or other cities and states that are not even part of this county.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's I mean, energy right now is it's one of the things that it affects everybody. Even though we're not in the same district, I mean, energy affects everyone.
It does, because you might grow a crop here on this side of the district that we buy on that side, but because of the energy prices you're paying over here, you might up the prices on your product, or what we will buy it over there.
I didn't know when I was younger, I didn't know that each county has different sales taxes for things.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Each county has their own sale. Even with the city as well.
Yeah, because you're right. Because like in this, like here in the city, they upped sales tax. I think it was 1% or 0.5%.
Yeah, I think it was half.
And it was to give money more to it was so that they could give more money to school districts so they can do repairs allegedly.
Like Los Palos right now, they have I forgot. They're paying them I think a sales tax so they can start funding their own fire department because the county was not threatening, but
Wait, Dos Palos, the city,
yeah, they put on a
they don't have their own fire department.
it was both Cal Fire. And but then they are saying like, all right, then we're gonna have to close one of them, either the Y or the one in Los Palos, and they came up with a extension. All right, then we'll give you time to try to fund your own fire department. Because if not, we're gonna have to take out one of the fire departments to save money because of new
And
laws.
realistically, which one would they have taken out?
I
Because
believe
they haven't yet, right?
they haven't yet. They're gonna correct me. Well, you wouldn't know, but I believe they said they were gonna take out the Y, and they're gonna keep the Dos Palace one.
But that doesn't make sense to me.
Or it could be the other way around. Like my mind's not remembering. all this
I
stuff
mean,
right
I would assume that they would keep the Y, and this is my reasoning behind it. I don't know, but my reasoning why they would keep that one open and then the Dos Palace one would close is because said this Cal Fire, right? You have the Y, and then what's next to the Y?
The 152.
The 152.
Yeah.
So if there's accidents on the 152, that would be.
Yeah, it'd be,
I mean, they would have to come all the way from deep. I mean, it's what 5 minutes,
yeah,
but those 5 minutes are crucial.
matters. Yeah,
You know.
it's crucial. That's how the ambulance service lost their contract with the county because of those minutes, those seconds.
Yeah,
How they
that
were
really
late.
that matters.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
yeah, it matters. But they're giving some time. I don't know yet exactly where they're at right now with that. I just know they hired a new city manager, and yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I'm not sure what the board of supervisors has planned right now with that, but I just know that they closed, I think, 2 county fire departments recently. So if they don't figure it out, there might be. I don't know if there's gonna be a third, or they're just gonna leave it on to the city to pay for it. And if the city has to pay for it, that means then how is the city gonna pay for it? It has to come from somewhere,
Some type of tax.
some type of tax, or they might have to lose out on.
Some of the program.
Yeah, might repair less roads than whatever roads they're being repaired now.
Right.
But yeah,
Which isn't very many roads that are being repaired,
not much at all.
and the ones that are being repaired, like they're not even traveling. People don't even travel down those roads. Oh man, that's crazy. But speaking of roads, the 152, there's a lot of congestion on 152. What's something that can be done or should be done to mitigate the congestion or the traffic going through downtown?
Off the top of my head, right away, the bypass comes up. The mayor of Los Banos right now has mentioned that he worked on getting a bypass years ago, but then when he left, all the ideas got scrapped or whatever. And now it was brought back on the table, but then again scrapped. So what they came up was with the Pioneer expansion, which still doesn't, to me, seem like a feasible plan because most of it's still 2-lane. one part of the road will be 4 lane, but a very small. But with that, a lot of stop signs because there's a lot of residential homes around it. There'll be bike paths and all that, so it'll be a busy street still, but still only 2 lane for the most part.
It realistically is just going to be more ample room.
Yeah, more ample room just to like maybe. Yeah, you know
A
what I mean.
semi truck or something to pass by.
Yeah, but even then, what semi truck is going to want to go that way just for that and still deal with stop signs and with traffic still? I feel, in my opinion, they should have planned for a 4 to 6 lane road. And I say that because the plan's going to take 20 years to do. With the expansion Los Baños has grown in the past years, 20 years from now, we're going to be much more congested.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, they should have planned for that. But that's their Pioneer Road project. That's going to cost $40-something million and take 20 years to do.
Currently at 46 million.
Currently, because as we've seen before with the high-speed rail, what was it going to be cost? What was it going to cost initially
I think
compared
it was
to now?
30.
And now over 120-something billion.
Yeah.
So,
But the 30 was 2009 prices.
yeah,
Yesterday's price is not today's price. You know what
exactly. So, I'd love to start advocating or seeing what we can do on trying to create a bypass, whether if it's through Henry Miller or not. I've heard many opinions saying that it's not feasible through Henry Miller. I've seen people say it is, but we either start talking about it now before it gets more expensive and before we have more traffic going down the 152. If you pass by on a Saturday morning or during school hours, you are not getting past that
I
town.
mean? Forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll take. Well, I don't go through LB. I don't go through LB unless I have to. No disrespect, LB, but like if I'm coming from the Bay, I take I go up Santanella and then I get on the 140.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I live in Merced, guys, and realistically, it should be easier for me to just go straight through, but it's just like, nah, man, it's all that traffic.
Yeah.
I'd rather deal with all the beautiful potholes that are past, this is not your district, so it don't matter. All the beautiful potholes that are past Santanella and into Gustine.
Yeah.
Whoever's in charge of that district, y'all got to fix that. But anyways, instead of going through every single stop sign and being stuck in traffic for freaking 20 minutes just to get through, I don't even know how long it is. Is it 4 miles, 5 miles?
3.5 mile stretch, I believe. 4, yeah, if you consider more of the exact city limits.
Right. But yeah, it's just it's ridiculous. And then I drive a truck.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I don't have to go through there as well. But the people that have to go like from Madera to up to the Bay Area, like all the people hauling, goods and things like that, it's horrible, man.
Yeah. Like for example, off topic, not same topic, but you know how many people have told me they don't want to join my gym besides the price tag? It's because from Dos Palos or Fireball, it's because they have to literally cross all across the town just to get to my gym instead of Planet Fitness, which is just at the entrance.
Right before.
Yeah, and they don't want to deal with the extra 20-minute commute. Just
move your gym, bro. I just saved you a bunch of. What's up, man?
I tried. I tried taking over the InShape building when InShape left. I tried, but they said no, we won't lease to you. We need someone who at least has 3 locations or more at that time during COVID.
Okay.
And I took my mom and a whole group of friends to go see it. Like, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna get going here, and it just fell through. And I fell through, and I really tried.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dang, dude. So that also leads me to this question. What can be done to help mitigate the housing shortage in Los Baños from all the people that commute over from the Bay Area? All the people that pretty much moved from the Bay Area to Los Baños for cheaper housing.
So there's...
Because, I mean, that goes hand in hand. Because people now moving in and over from the Bay Area, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
You love them. But there's more traffic. The infrastructure's not keeping up with the population and the demand.
So I can't say there's not enough housing. There is housing, but whether you consider it affordable to Bay Area attracting prices, it's.
I mean, you're comparing apples to oranges. Bay Area pricing to
so
LB.
They sell their houses for $1 million. They're coming here to buy a house for $450,000. They're very content with that. They have an extra $500,000 in their pocket. But there's housing right now. As of when I see, there's about 130, 140 houses listed for sale, but of course they're pricier, and then there's a bunch of new houses being built. The thing is that there's a lack of affordability. So it's more of a city issue. So when people tell me what I'm going to do as a county supervisor or what would I do if elected, I really don't have jurisdiction to say this is what the city's going to do.
Other than advocating, you can't really do nothing.
Yeah, I could advocate and work with them. Like, look, I live in Los Banos. I love living in Los Banos. What can we do? Who can we attract? What developers can we attract? The city isn't a developer. We'd have to attract the developers to come. Like, why do they want to work with us? Why do we want to get someone who can come build affordable senior housing? Why could we get someone to award just affordable apartments? Something where, or what? How can we get someone to build 2-bedroom, 1-bath houses again? You know?
I mean, that's another thing. Because me and Joey talk about this all the time. Because Joey doesn't like doing his yard work. And he's like, dude, I should have just bought a condo. And I feel like in the Bay Area, it's very normal to buy a condo or something like that. But here in Merced, LB, and maybe, Dos Palace and other towns around, you can't buy a condo. They want to sell you a house.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, yeah, like, dude, give me a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. I need the half, bro. That's mine.
Yeah.
My wife's going to take the full,
Yeah.
The half is for me, bro. Right? So,
Exactly.
I mean, give me some. So it's just with the garage. I got to have a garage.
Yeah. Three car, because my wife might want to park her car.
I don't know, dude. Got to do 4. All right, now we're asking for too much. Now we're asking for too much.
Oof.
But you know what I mean? like it's like realistically, everybody doesn't need and everybody doesn't want a 5-bedroom house with a pool.
Exactly.
And I feel like here in Merced, that's one of the things. Like, they're trying to build these houses, and me and my wife went to go look at. We didn't go. I lied. We were looking at them like online, and I was just like, "There's no yard. You're like this next to your neighbor, and the price is ridiculous. I might as well just get a condo."
Yeah. Exactly.
But there's no condos being built.
None.
None. And I think right now, in the housing shortage that it is in California, and I mean, LB might not have a housing shortage, but the affordability, one thing that could help, condos.
Yeah.
2-3 story condo, something like that.
So there's a shortage for affordability,
Right.
For sure, and that's the key issue, and that's something I would definitely want to advocate for, because I've gone plenty of times to city council meetings and I've advocated for it. Like, what about senior housing? What about affordable housing? Why are we doing these residential areas like this where it's like you mentioned? Why are the houses so close together? Why are the...
I know, dude. Like, I don't want to fart and my neighbor hears it, bro.
Yeah, and why are we
Hey,
getting...
keep it down over there.
Exactly, and why are we building these 6-bedroom houses when a person who owns it is going to lease each room out to different people, and that causes a parking issue, which causes a fire issue when the fire department comes.
Are we in LA, bro?
Yeah,
Are we in LA
something like that. It's like, so I definitely want to advocate for work with the city. Like, what can we do to create affordable housing? That's...
And I think a lot of people think that when you say affordable housing, they think about like Section 8 and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily that, but it's like I said, like, I don't see a reason why a 3-bedroom, 1.5, 2-bath, whatever. I don't see the reason why this is $500,000. Like, I understand building materials and all that stuff. I get it. Price is up compared to 10, 20 years ago. Yeah. I understand that. But it's like, I'm pretty sure you can build something more affordable if you were to build it in a condo form, something where it's small, so you're not eating up all this extra land.
Yeah.
Because if you put, 4 houses together, 4 houses that you would buy at a normal street, right? If you put them together, I'm pretty sure you can fit another house, 2 more houses, realistically. And there's a condo, there's your apartment complex. Yeah. And I don't understand why in California as well, not just, LB or Merced, they build, 2-story apartments and that's it. I understand there's earthquakes, bro, but that's every now and then,
Yeah. And then,
And if you live on the top floor, you're just along for the ride. The big one hasn't came, and when it comes, bro, it's gonna be way better than Magic Mountain. You know what I mean? Yeah, Magic Mountain at my house. What's up, dude?
Oh man, but just the question of bringing developers into the networking thing I talked about earlier. getting them to come and want to build with us. It's the same thing with trying to attract business, getting them to come and build and do business with us. That's where we need to focus on and bringing in these developers, these businesses.
Yeah, because I mean, for one, I mean, we're talking a lot of LB because I mean that's really the big city. That's the big money that District 5 really brings,
Yeah.
right? And but realistically, if you bring in more housing, more jobs, things like that, people from other towns like the Y and South Dos Palos and then Dos Palos and then Volta, they can also benefit from that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
100%. Like, man, get a developer to go build affordable housing over there. And, when you're discussing with the developer, all right, then build a contract with them. If you do this, at the same time, help repair the pipelines that go to this area and this and that. Like, there's, I guess, contingencies to when they're building. Like, I know here in Los Banos, there's I think it was North Point that they're currently in plans on building, but the developer agreed to pretty much rebuild a big sewer. No, was it a sewer line or a water line that hasn't been repaired in years?
wow.
So they're doing it off with their money. They're repairing that in terms with I forgot exactly the details. So work with them in a way where they can enhance the city's value along with the county's value, and but make sure everything's written in stone so we don't get issues later on like, oh no, you're supposed to do this, no, you're supposed to do that. Kind of what happened with the last I don't know if you heard about the whole thing with Los Banos, and they had the issue with, I could go on, I won't say much of it. I'd rather.
What's the issue? No, I don't know.
It was just
'Cause now you had me intrigued. So I
it was
don't
just
know.
the city said the developer was in charge of doing this, but the
Oh,
developer
okay.
said the city was in charge of doing
They got
that,
into one of those.
and one of those, and
He
it's
said,
like,
she said.
yeah, so it needs to be.
It's because they were at wool growers getting faded, and they're like, "Hey, bro, you said." No, I said.
Maybe, who knows, but something written out in clear terms with transparent terms for people can see and make their own assumptions of who should be doing what. But at the same time, just work together to benefit the residents, not to benefit the people, the business doing it.
Yeah, because like for example, like if what like we'll go back to the windmills, not the windmills, the solar plant, things like that. It's like it's great if the city benefits from that. People getting work when they're building them, and people being able to be retained and keep them working, for maintenance reasons or whatever it is that they're going to do there. That's all great, but if you're going to bring in people from out of town and give them the jobs, then the city's really not winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the people that are going to be left behind to take care of the plant and the batteries and all that, if it's not people from your district, it's kind of sucks.
Yeah, the money is getting spent elsewhere.
You
That
know?
person that works there from outside the district is going to use their money where they're from, not here. That's not going to recirculate. And yeah, that's another topic of how the economy works, of how money works. Like, it needs to be spent over here, to be spent over there. It's a constant flow. But
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, right? Where people from LB, your district again, they're really not spending in town.
in town, they're not. They're going the Costco in Merced, which is a different district, and it still helps the county, but they're not spending it. It affects the city more in that sense. Like, oh, we're not keeping that tax money, that tax revenue. Now we can't repair the potholes on Nantes Road where people always dump all their stuff.
Yeah, that orchard I was telling you about
Yeah, it's
earlier.
like it's like we can't repair that road because the people decided to spend their money outside of town. But then the people have a good argument. It's like, well, I can get in this economy, I can get those eggs for $5 cheaper than I can get over here. It's like, why am I gonna shop here if I can get them cheaper over there once I go to work?
Yeah.
So it's a tough thing because I get it as a small business owner. I get it. It's hard to make your prices attractive compared to the bigger businesses and stuff like that. So it's like whether, for example, me for my campaign, I easily could have gotten my signs and banners cheaper elsewhere but I decided to go with the local business because if I want to advocate for money getting spent within our district, our cities, I want to be an example of it. Of course, there are times I shop elsewhere, but when I know I was going to spend a good amount of money somewhere, I was like, all right, I want to keep it here, especially with a business that has supported my business.
Yeah, yeah, and honestly, like as a business owner myself, one thing that I realize is you go trying to save a nickel, you end up spending $1, you know?
Hmm.
And that's a lot of things that some people don't realize.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe not in the sense where the person that said they could get eggs for $5 cheaper. Yeah, if you work in, next to Costco, absolutely, like it's understandable.
hmm,
But like for example, like I'm from Fireball as well, and yeah, like Latino market and the supermarket there, like they have stuff,
hmm,
but then it's just like, dude, it's like $5 more expensive there than it is at
yeah,
freaking in Madera or in Fresno where everybody goes and shops, right?
yeah,
And it's just like at some point the convenience you pay for
yeah,
is understandable,
yeah,
but then at some point it's like, dude, the convenience, you're ripping me off.
yeah. No, exactly. And I do want to touch up a bit on that because Los Baños is a commuting town. It's a bedroom town. Dos Palaces as well. People leave lots of Dos Palaces to work and Los Baños to work. So it's more convenient when they're already driving to the other cities for work where those
Mm-hmm.
businesses are at. Like if you lived in Los Palaces or Los Baños and you worked in there, of course the convenience of shopping locally is a little more because you're not spending that gas money, that diesel money to go out of town, which is insane right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the convenience is there, and that's what I feel a lot of people do. Like for example, when I'm working, I remember in Fireball, I was working on some stuff, and I needed some. Plenty of times it's happened where it's like, oh, I need this, but Home Depot sells it for like $3, $4. Well, let me just go to Tharp's Farm Supply in Fireball, and it was like $7, $8 there. It's like, oh shoot! But look, I'm not gonna drive to Home Depot and spend an hour and 30 minutes of my day to go to Madera, the nearest Home Depot, and or Los Banos, and so it's a matter of convenience to the person and their situation and where they work and where they live.
And it's crazy because for me, I'm the other way around. I live around the corner from Lowe's, and it's like, bro, Lowe's has them for $9. I can get it on Amazon for 3. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
so for me, it's the opposite. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's understandable. Like the the price of the convenience is there, and like you said, if you go out of your way to commute and you're already on the other side of the hill,
Yeah.
you're gonna pass through Gilroy, you're gonna pass through the Costco and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna go shopping at the outlets because you're on your way home.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna kill some time because you don't want to be spending all day in traffic missing all those potholes
Yeah.
on the 152.
Yeah. Exactly.
So speaking of potholes, other than actually advocating to get 152 fixed, can you do anything else?
What do you mean for?
Like for example, like I'll give the example that I know because I don't live in LB, right? And we lived in Faribault all our life,
Mm-hmm.
and like Avenue 7 is a death trap, right? Literally,
It's been bad.
like people have passed away on Avenue
A
7,
lot of people have.
and it's like the mayor of Fireball. I'm not calling him out currently, but all the mayors that we've had in Fireball, none of them have ever spoken up for us. The people that run that district on that side in Fresno County, they haven't spoken up for us. They haven't even tried. I mean, they tried to fix the road like once or twice, but other
Yeah.
than that, they really haven't done much. And I asked that because it's like a lot of people from your district commute over the hill.
A lot.
And the hill is, I mean, 150, Pacheco Pass is horrible. It's gotten worse and worse and worse. I mean, when I lived in the Bay Area, I used to take it every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't that bad. And it's like in the fog, and now you can't see anything,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It's the 152 Pacheco Pass especially is it's really bad. They restriped the lines recently, and a person I saw a person comment who I know who he is. I don't know if he was going to mention it, but I saw his comment and it made me laugh. He's like, we were like, why are they striping the lines after Fox season? And he commented saying,
I knew you were gonna say that because I saw that comment too. That's why I'm laughing because I saw it too.
Yeah, he's like, oh, so you don't cross into someone else's potholes or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know, like, but yeah, it's Caltrans. Unfortunately, it's whatever Caltrans wants to do. So it just falls back into having that networking, that advocating, talking to them. Like, look, we need this. Like, we need to look how many accidents are happening, and it's daily. Daily. This morning, there's another accident, that pretty bad accident that happened. And I was on the way to Mountain View. I was like, man, I do not want to get stuck in traffic. But luckily, by the time I went, it was cleared. So it's a huge issue with a lot of people as county supervisor, especially for the District 5, that a lot of it still is entitled to District 5. Um, Advocating, talking to Caltrans, like, we need this. Like, we need this. How can we make this happen? What's the first step? Talking to
Dude,
them.
bring the petition. I'll sign it.
Yeah,
We'll all
exactly.
sign it. Whatever we gotta do.
Exactly. Is having someone who's willing to take that step forward and talk, walk, go get signatures if they need to for whatever it is, if petition is needed, just talking to them. Like, their issues probably gonna be like, oh, we don't have the money, the state doesn't have the money. Look how much in deficit we are. All right, then we're in a deficit. Game plan. What do we do? What's the first thing so we can help this side of what we're trying to advocate for? If the state can't help us, how can we? To me, it's just, what's the first step?
Like for me, if I was in your shoes, or in any type of shoes, I'm in these Nikes right now, but if I was in anything like, I mean, realistically, what what funds are what funds are technically used for roads? It would be what? It would be gas tax. It would
Yeah,
be car registration,
yeah.
taxes on the cars when you buy them, things like that, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
is there any way they can be like, hey, you know what? This many vehicles are registered here. We're allotted the minimum this amount of money, or whatever, you know? I feel like that's one thing that you can sell it because it's like those are the people that are commuting, those are the people that are getting taxed every year, you know, the
Yeah,
extra amount of money. Like, for example, I'm not sure if you knew this, but truck drivers pay an ordinance amount of registration fees.
yeah. I can imagine.
It's $3,000 to register your truck
Ooh.
a year. And then on top of that, you got to pay a heavy road tax because I have a heavy truck. So
Mm-hmm.
there's another $500.
Yeah,
And then I got to pay another $13,000 for insurance,
that's fun.
and then not get into an accident. Because then if I get in an accident, those 13,000 go up to 20,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like the money's there, but it's just like we had to be able to actually, you know, fight for it, fight for our money to be used for things that we actually need.
So, yeah, exactly. Kind of what I mentioned. We have a voice, have someone who advocates, fights for it, gives reasons why we deserve to have our roads repaired. I know there'd be a lot of um, fighting back, saying like, your county only has this much residents compared to this county over here, who has a lot more residents and needs a lot more money. But the argument still could be made. We're the 152. If anyone wants to get to Monterey, Salinas, Gilroy, Hollister, San Jose, they have to go through us if they live south of the 152.
Right.
How much Niner fans are there in Fresno? How many times are they commuting the weekends to go to football games over there?
Raiders.
I'm sorry, who
The who? Mike Jones.
cares?
But yeah, you're right. Like everybody that can.
A lot of people use that road, and it's like, it's not fair to just. I feel like I'd want to go a step further. Like, look how much agriculture we're bringing. How much semi trucks do we have? How much do we have to export out of the valley? Why can't we get more funds here to stay here? They pride themselves on $10 billion annually for agriculture here in this county. Where's all that money from? Why are we the poorest county in California? Um, Questions I
I didn't.
ask.
I didn't know. I didn't know you guys. I don't. Merced County is the poorest county.
First or second to last county, if I'm correct, and also with voter turnouts. First or second to last, we're very poor with voter turnouts. But there's a lot of vocal people out there. Where's everyone voting? But again, that's another topic. So yeah, it's so many different ways to attack different situations, and it gets complicated. And that's where I feel a lot of our leaders, maybe they get tired of explaining themselves to people. So then transparency becomes an issue. What are you doing to fight for this? What are you doing to fight for that? It becomes tricky. On You got to watch out with what you say. You got to watch out with what you do. And me, I want to be transparent. I want to fight. I want to show what I'm doing. Like, look, today I went to this meeting. I did this. I did that. Look, I learned this today. This is why we can't get this repaired. If it can't be repaired, why can't we do it?
And I think that's one of the problems that we have, not just in your district, and I'm not calling out the person that's in charge right now of your district, but what I'm saying is, like, in general, when it comes to politics, I feel like a lot of people, we want answers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the person that's handles whatever district Fireball's in. You know what I mean? I don't know who. I think it's. I lied. I don't even know who it is.
Yeah.
I can't even give you a name.
Exactly.
And I think, like, the district that I live in I think I live in District 2. I don't even know, to be honest.
If it's District 2, I think that's Josh Pedroso.
Yeah, I think you know what? I think it is 2. That name sounds familiar. But realistically, I didn't know until after you said you were running for your district. I was like, what district am I in? That's when I looked at him and I was like, huh. Like, that's okay, now I know. But then I went and I looked this guy up and I was like, they don't really, there's no transparency.
Yeah.
There's nobody, like, this is what we're doing, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have this town hall meeting today, and for my district, or and there's a park in my district. You know what I mean? We're going to meet at this park, this part of your district. Come out, hang out, get to know me, ask questions, blah, blah. I haven't seen any of that. And that's just where I live, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that happens with all the politicians, like the senators that are here or whatever in the Central Valley, a couple of them. I think is valid.
Assemblywoman, the Senate people, the people who are running for Senate, all the other supervisors, the city councilmen, the mayors. I mean, there's a lot of politicians everywhere. But yeah, exactly how you're saying, the transparency that they're giving, the effort they're giving to talk to the people, to hear their opinion. They choose a leader. They vote for someone who believes it's in the best interest of their area that they're trying to lead. And a lot of the times once they get elected, they kind of disappear. They'll host a thing here or there, but yeah, like now I see that trying to do more town hall meetings. I've seen that. But how hard are they trying to push it? A lot of times the information is there, it gets relayed, but how much people are seeing it. It's like you got to treat it like social media. You got to try to get it to trend to attract people to come. Like, I'll use a catchy title on my Facebook thing post for community pages.
You used one the other day, and I was like, what's he talking about? Sounds crazy.
Exactly.
Like, but what was it? It was like 2 days ago. I think it was like a town hall meeting or something like that.
Why is Miguel Alejandre running? Or
no.
The old lady foul?
That one.
Yeah.
Who fouled, dude? Like,
so,
what happened?
So it's like, it's trying to use, not trying to manipulate the people, but trying to catch their attention.
Right.
So I get bashed on for using AI to summarize the meetings and stuff like that. Because the meetings are long. If they see the whole agenda, sometimes over 100 pages, who's going to read all that? Who's going to do all that? So I asked AI, can you summarize it and make it something where, like, people are going to be engaged? Have some emojis on it to summarize it and make it easy to understand for people. I'm busy enough as it is. To people, it might think that I'm lazy, but no, I think I'm using a tool. Like, if someone uses a drill to take out a nail instead of just using a screwdriver, it's a lot quicker.
Hold on, I'm gonna stop you there. I ain't never used a drill to take out a nail.
Well, sorry.
I'm just telling you because they're gonna kill you in the comments, bro. They'll be like, this guy uses a screwdriver to take out a nail.
Well, I'm just saying
I know what
an
you
example,
mean.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I see it as in that, and then
But realistically, like, I understand that using it as a tool because I want bullet points, and then if I see a bullet point that I like, I will go find it in the notes and I'll look more into it. And I mean, I've done that with a bunch of different things, not just like political stuff, but like, like a bunch of trials that have been happening, you know, like the Johnny Depp one or the Kyle Rittenhouse one, right? Like all that stuff, all these trials that happen. It's like, I'm working, bro. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't be on TV watching it all day
Yeah.
while I'm at work. So
Exactly.
you got to take some bullet points, and then okay, it was at this minute they said this. All right, then I can probably go find a clip of it and
Mm-hmm.
see all of it, or in your
Yeah.
case, read everything that they're
Yeah.
talking about. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand why you want to use.
Yeah. I use it just to help summarize to save my time. Like I'm still there at the meeting. I'm still spending 2 hours of my day, 3 hours if you count the drive. And
Where's the meet? Where are the meetings
the
at?
board of supervisors meetings are in Merced County. The usually where you go pay taxes and all that, or if you want to get married, stuff like that.
Oh, I got there. Where was it?
Um.
I know that building, the square one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of buildings are squares.
No, what that looks like freaking Legos.
Yeah. So that one but yeah, I mean that's what I try to do. I try to bring transparency. I try to bring information to the people. Look, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. I want you to vote. I have said it before plenty of times. Like I'd rather lose knowing people went out there to use their vote than lose knowing it was a low voter turnout.
Yeah, I think like in Fresno County, I'm not sure what measure was being passed, and Jasmine Perez, she posted the voter turnout. It ended up passing, and it's irrelevant onto what it was, but it ended up passing by like 50 votes.
Oh,
And it's like, dude, that's close.
yeah,
That's like 50
yeah,
votes is close,
yeah. That's
you
very
know?
close.
And I was like, wow, like that's,
That's I mean it was competitive.
yeah.
But yeah, like even like if it's like that, then great, cool. Like, but even like, it sounds crazy, but to think, there's I think a little over 20,000 registered voters in Los Banos. In Dos Palos, I'm not too sure. I believe I could be wrong, but
You guys,
I'd rather lose knowing all 20,000 went out to vote and voted for him.
yeah,
You know, I mean, of course, I would prefer a close race,
right.
but I'd rather know that people use their voice, they use their vote. You know, I'd really enjoy that. I'd be happier with that kind of loss. Of course, I'm not trying to lose. I'm not in there to lose.
Right.
I'm doing the best I can. But again, just trying to inform the people, look, this is what's going on. And then I'll make other posts of saying, look, this is what I like to advocate for, what I like to do, or inform the people about use daily situations like the old lady that fell. Like that's a daily situation that affected her life. She was asking about how much it's going to cost to get an ambulance when she's over here like 90 something years old. I think she could have probably passed away from that fund. She was over here worried about the price of an ambulance.
Where was she located?
Los Banos. We were at church.
Oh, in LXLB?
Yeah, we were in church, and I'm an usher, and she fell, and I went up to go. There's other people hopping there, and then I was collecting the money with my kids. I usually collect the money with my kids, and my wife runs up. She walks up to me, and she's like, "Miguel, go help the lady, and I'll take the kids, and I'll collect the money for you." And I was like, "Oh snap!" Like there's two people helping, and yeah, so I want to go help. We help
You're
pick
like,
her
watch
up.
out. I squat 550. I
But
got this.
no, I mean, it's a situation that we had to be very careful because she's older lady, and yeah, and then other more experienced like an actual nurse and actual ex fire, um, I think he was a fire chief. They were there helping out, and yeah, her thing was like she didn't want to call an ambulance because of the price, and it's like what was a huge effect, and people don't realize this because of all the Medi-Cal cuts and all that. Merced County is now the one that's supposed to take upon bringing helping people with their, I guess, health benefits or food and all that stuff.
It's crazy that you bring that up because I was going to ask you about that. Like, healthcare access for rural communities. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna take a huge chunk of the budget for Merced County, and if I get elected, I can already kind of predict people are gonna be bashing me like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Well, because now we have more on our plate because the federal government decided to cut this, so now we're not getting that money from the federal government, and so now we have to make room in our Merced County budget to make room for that, which we're already a poor county, right? Then, so whatever roads we were paying a year, we're gonna have to do less of them. Well, do county employees want to raise? Do the sheriffs want to raise? How are we gonna accommodate to that now when we have less money in the county? So it kind of falls back to the county, and the county has to worry about its people and obviously their health. So it makes it very tricky, and I'm not sure what the plan is gonna be, but they're gonna talk about it this later in a couple months. So it's something to look out for and something to
So
be.
the Medi-Cal funding it's already been cut completely for sure.
Yeah, it got with the AB with the big beautiful bill
Okay.
with that.
Okay.
When that passed, that meant that a lot of people, 6 out of 10 people in Merced County use Medi-Cal. 6 out of 10 people might be without insurance. So that means there's going to be help from the county, but not nearly as good as how Medi-Cal was or CalFresh and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right. I mean, and this goes back to the whole ambulance situation that happened a couple months ago, right? With Riggs and
Oh
the
yeah,
new one coming in.
yeah, with AMR taking over Riggs,
Yeah.
it was just yeah, that Riggs was given many chances to accommodate, not accommodate the people better. They weren't meeting the times to arrive to the scenes as much as they should. I mean, as well as they should have been, and it was happening over time. And they're given chances from what I've heard and people I've talked to, that it just wasn't. It wasn't doing a good job in simple terms. Like it wasn't doing a bad job, but it wasn't doing what was expected
Right.
by the county. And AMR, being more of a for-profit company, has more resources to get and better updated technology and this and that. So they took over and they hired most of the rigs employees, because it wasn't just like taking over a business. It was like, it wasn't people losing their jobs. It was like, oh no, we still need you, but we're just gonna change names. A different business was
Oh, I
taking
didn't
over.
even know that. I thought they were
Well, the
okay.
owners lost the contract.
Right. Right. Right.
So now the employees were given a choice, like, do you want to stay on with this new company or leave? And a lot of people still retain most of the employees, which of course, because the employees know the roads, they know the thing, they know the area.
Right.
No one's gonna commute from way far away from another county to come work in Merced County without giving a bonus. And then what does that mean? Just more spending, just because
And then going back to the money doesn't stay in your county, it doesn't stay in your
yeah,
district.
exactly. So it's
Yeah.
but a lot of them stayed. AMR's been doing good according to the reports that were given. They're doing yeah, they're definitely above what is needed. And yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see that people are not going to want to go to the doctor because they don't have insurance. So I take that kind of, and I brought it up. I had the State of the West Side thing where I gave my mom, and I put my mom as an example. Like she was stubborn. She didn't want to go get checked. She didn't want to go get checked. And when she got checked, it was too late
Mm-hmm.
because she already has stage 4. And what about other people? What if they get sick and they delay getting checked because they don't want that hospital bill, that doctor bill, because they don't have the insurance no more? And by the time they get checked, it's too late because they prolonged it because they couldn't afford it, and that's gonna happen to a lot of people, I believe. Um, so it's a sad situation. It's gonna be scary to see what happens. Um, yeah, just because yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's one of those things that you could really just, in your position as a supervisor, you could really only advocate. You can only do so much,
Yeah,
and you can just show pretty much what the people that you represent are
yeah,
going through.
yeah, exactly.
You
And
know.
again, what I made in a post, we need more money in this county. We need more business in this county. We need businesses to want to come here, create jobs, keep the money flowing here, keep it here, support small businesses, support the big businesses here, because they're the ones also paying tax money too.
Yeah.
A lot of the people from this county would work in those big businesses, and they probably would still use the same money here in this county if they don't have to commute, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Well, I mean, like for me, like they the late or not the Lathrop, it was like Yosemite Foods.
Mm-hmm.
They were the distributor for I think Save Mart.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up closing the
Oh,
distribution
really?
center here in Merced. It was last year, the year before that.
Oh, really? I don't know that.
Yeah, it was like a small hub, but it's like they ended up closing it down, and
Mm-hmm.
they lost like 200 good jobs.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Which realistically, I mean, I asked 200 jobs, but 200 good paying jobs, and it's just like, bro, like,
Yeah,
where are they gonna go now? You know, that building is still there. Is can Amazon come in and take over that building?
yeah,
You know, can they do a distribution center?
yeah,
I mean, we talked about this earlier. The Chowchilla just opened up the AutoZone distribution center,
yeah.
which I don't know how many jobs they brought in, but
That's a lot.
those truck driver jobs they're making 80 to 110 a year.
Yeah, easily.
That's good money, good blue collar money right there. You
Yeah.
know, and if the people are living in Chowchilla, they're living good because Churchill's not that expensive to live in
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
you know? And so
Exactly.
it's one of those things that I feel as a representative of the community, all you can do is put the people on your back, bro.
Advocate and show that I'm trying. Show like if I ever can't get stuff done, say why. Explain to them why. Like, look, this is what I'm trying. This is what I'm doing, and have receipts. You know.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Like I talked about earlier, it's the accountability and being like, this is why this fell through,
Mm-hmm.
and some people might not like that. And I think we're in the age where we see everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a streamer going online, and they'll stream their whole day.
Yeah.
You'll see everything they did.
Yeah.
But a politician is not going to be able to tell you why the deal fell through.
Mm-hmm.
That seems kind of shady.
Yeah, and they'll make their assumptions like, oh, you're not telling us because you have this backdoor deal over here, and that's what I'm expecting, but I'm hoping not. I'm trying to be transparent. I want people to get to know me, man. Like, I really want people to get to know me. Everyone who makes negative comments and all that stuff, like, I wish they would get to know me, get to know the person I am, and go from there. Like, then you can make your assumptions whatever you want, but and that's what's nasty. It's not just here; it's everywhere. You know, it's just
Yeah,
no one,
yeah, definitely. But speaking about that, or getting to that point of getting to know you, do you plan on having any more like town hall meetings or things like that, meet and greets type deal?
The forum, April 20th in Los Banos. Me and Scott are going to be asked questions by the public.
Scott is the other
The
gentleman.
he's the incumbent. He's the one
Okay.
holding position right now, Scott Silvera. And yeah, we're having that forum in Los Banos in the city council chambers, April 20th at 7 p.m. After that, in May, the Farm Bureau is holding another forum. It's going to be more ag related in May. I can't remember exactly the date and time, but yeah. Other than that, I think I do want to host a little more of a meet and greet, which is myself. I haven't decided when though, but I'm shooting for early May because all of the ballots are going to be mailed to people early May.
Okay.
So
How was the turnout at the Dos Palace Theater?
it was all right. Not too bad, but there was a bunch of events going on that same day. But to be honest, again, it goes out to the low voter turnout thing. It's like you hear so many people concerned about certain situations, but they don't show up. Like I heard a lot of people saying they're gonna go, and those same a lot of people I didn't see show up. So it's I've come to learn that political events like that aren't popular. Even other people running for offices and different stuff. Like I've gone to the events, and it's always not really well turned out. Like there's there's a good amount of people,
Yeah.
but not as much as you'd hope for.
Right.
Like I wish a lot of people would have gone. I wish a lot of people would have gone to get to know me a little more, get to know my story, get to know what I'm trying to do and this
Ask
and that.
questions.
Yeah, ask questions. I had a whole Q&A thing at the end, and I was just answering whatever I could. But with politics, it seems like people don't like to show up when the opportunity's there. So that's why it goes back to the social media thing. How do we get the people informed? Make it interesting. Make them want to be engaged, whether it's in person or through social media. How do I get you to read this? Make it interesting, or make the caption interesting.
Right. Well, I mean, that not necessarily clickbait, but I understand what you're saying because it's like,
yeah, yeah,
you know, you see that video, Honda Civic beats Lamborghini. No way, bro.
yeah,
No
exactly.
way. And then that turbo Civic beats that Lamborghini. It's like, it's a pretty good video.
Yeah, and
on
I mean, it
YouTube.
gets you into it to see how it happened, why it happened, and it's the truth. Yeah, I'm not lying to anyone about what happened. Like I knew last meeting, if I only put, "Oh, this is the board of supervisors recap" caption like that, no one was gonna read it. But no, I put O'Banion Park is moving forward. That engaged a lot of people because they've been wanting to see what's gonna happen in O'Banion Park in Los Palos.
What's O'Banning Park?
It's a park in Los Palos that's right by the library. It's usually where they have their
They're fair?
yeah.
Okay.
So
The carnival?
they're gonna get splash pads. They're gonna whole park basketball courts.
Oh, like like it's gonna be like the Farbo one.
Yeah, like Maldonado, I would say.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good looking park, but they did the construction. They took everything out, and then for months it just lay with nothing happened. So everyone was asking like, "What's going on? It just looks ugly."
Ah, yes, 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 yes. I know what you're talking about. Yes, it's over there on the backside.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, on the
northeast.
northeast.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so that's right there, and that's how I know I was gonna get people to read the recap. Tell them that it's finally gonna happen because that's what did go on in the meeting. They talked about what's gonna happen
Mm.
briefly, but it was mentioned. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that if I would have put Board of Supervisor recap meeting, it wouldn't have gotten as much attention as me putting O'Banion is moving forward, or however I captioned it.
Yeah, because they redid the building right first,
The library, yeah,
the library. No,
yeah.
but wasn't there like an event center? Did they redo that or no?
All right, I'm not sure
On that
actually.
park?
I'm not sure to be honest. I am not too sure.
Because Mercy's grandma lives like around the corner, so
Hmm.
when we come home, we usually pass by, and I was like, "Damn, dude, they still haven't finished."
Yeah,
And it
it
was
could
like
be
that for like
that.
a year.
Yeah, it's been months since they haven't done anything,
Yeah,
but now it's moving forward. But
yeah,
again, an example of getting the message out to the people. How do I engage the people? I'm not trying to be misleading. I'm telling the truth, but
yeah,
it's like, how do I engage you? I have to pick the topics that will catch the eye of the people that area represents.
yeah. And I think the reason why I wanted to have you on, like, talk to you, was because like I want to get more into my community. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I want to be more involved and things like that. And it's just, dude, it's like we talked about earlier. Like everybody was complaining about the uh, the airport in Merced.
Mm-hmm.
They're switching carriers. Same thing as rigs. They're switching carriers from, I don't know, something aviation. I use it all the
Mm-hmm.
time, and I don't even. They're moving to another one. Another company's coming in. So this company that's coming in, they're gonna use a bigger jet, not a super big one, but one where um, it seats like 30 to 40 people.
Mm-hmm.
And the previous one, it was only like eight.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was like, dude, like, why are you guys so upset of change? Like, this is good. So
Yeah.
from somebody that uses it all the time, because me and Mercy, we use that. It's super convenient. Going
Mm-hmm.
back to convenience, because it's like, yeah, cool. I can fly direct from Fresno somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then it's like, I gotta drive all the way to Fresno.
Yeah.
I got for a weekend. I gotta pay $150 for parking
Mm-hmm.
when I
Yeah.
can just park it here. Currently, it's free. Please don't change that. Currently, it's free to park. I can save myself the parking,
Yeah.
one. Two, the convenience of being 10 minutes away
Mm-hmm.
and then getting ushered through TSA hella fast.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the convenience, like that. You guys should be happy that they're expanding because maybe,
Mm-hmm.
if they see some type of profit, because you and I both know business is about profit. And if you
Yeah.
see it, you're going to expand.
Yeah.
Cool. There's profit from here to LA, here to Vegas, because that's where they currently
Mm-hmm.
fly to. Let's expand. Let's go from here to San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically, if you think about that, like this is not your district, but if it was to do that,
Mm-hmm.
like bro, like how many people wouldn't drive or wouldn't fly to San Diego, hop on
Yeah.
an Uber, fly from TJ to Mexico and
Oh, a
where,
lot.
dude,
A
everyone
lot.
and their moms, it would be flights like this,
Yeah.
right? That's just one little thing. Cool. Now I can go to Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle's in 2 hours away from here in a
Mm-hmm.
plane. It's like I could probably go to Denver. I can probably go to Phoenix. There's a lot of flights out of Phoenix
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's just like you guys are being so negative instead of being looking at the positive
Yeah.
things. And then it's like if you guys don't like it, you should run and you should change these things.
Yeah. 100%.
And I think that's very courageous of you to do. And I'm not saying you don't like what's happening, but it's like you want more change than what you're currently seeing, I feel.
100%. Yes. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
But
All right, man. Well, with that one, I'm going to ask you three more questions. They're going to be quick ones,
okay.
fun ones.
Okay.
How do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
Ooh. All
I,
right.
I like the cow moving a little bit still.
You want it to move when you bite into it?
Yeah, just
All right.
yeah.
Do you eat menudo and pozole?
Yes.
Okay. Do you put mayo in your tortilla?
I never do it, but if it's there, I'll definitely eat it.
Oh. Some people are gonna be like, The mayo doesn't belong on the tortilla right now, but
I feel
it's
like
delicious.
It brings flavor.
Yeah.
It definitely brings flavor. I'm a
Alright.
very easy person to please when it comes to food. Like I don't need all that extra stuff, but if it's there, oh, heck yeah, I'll take it.
And the last one, whiskey, tequila, or beer?
Tequila. Oh, wait, beer.
Beer?
Beer.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
That was good, bro. Let's go grab a beer and some tacos. You done?
Let's go.
All right, man. Thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it.
I
And
appreciate
good
you,
luck, dude.
Tony, man.
All right, dude.